Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Forest, Master Tier Jungle main, and today we are reviewing a Grandmaster Shyvana player on the Korea server. Obviously, probably you can tell it's Korea when you see some crazy AP Lulu top lane, but we are not here for Lulu top gameplay, we are here for the new Rework Shyvana gameplay. Level 1, really standard. If you can, if it's possible, you can ask your laner to ward the enemy raptors, or you can do it yourself as well. It's a really good idea to ward enemy raptors level 1 and see where the enemy jungler starts, because farming junglers in this season as well, this is not anything new, but especially in this season they are looking to be as efficient as possible, so they most of the time will start on their raptors into Krugs just to get level 6 as soon as possible and sequence their camps, and then obviously they will move towards the bot lane. But what is interesting is that Shyvana actually did her red into Krugs, which will delay her Krugs a little bit, which generally speaking you want to avoid. Meanwhile on the bot lane they are fighting, and it looks like we are looking to collapse on this, which I think is fine, and bot lane is level 2. Pyke is really low on HP, they use pretty much all the sums, and now since we know that they have no sums except for Lucian's barrier, we can actually look to play this, and really nice. I still feel like if Lucian plays this a little bit better, then they are actually winning this, and worst case scenario Shyvana is getting only 1 kill, but I guess it worked out. It's solo queue, so people are misplaying even if they are in Grandmaster. One thing is very important in this season: if you're playing jungle, you always want to pat on lane and you always want to use home guard as much as possible. So if you are crossing to your Krugs or Gromp, always use top lane. Same thing if you're patting towards bot lane, you are patting towards your bot quadrant, use the bot lane. Well, the same thing if you're going for raptors or wolves, always use mid lane. The only exception is if you are playing a jungler like Talon or Lee Sin or Jarvan, who can dash or jump over the wall. In that case, you can ignore it and just, well, jump over the wall. Now something very important, why it's also super crucial to ward the enemy raptors level 1. It's not just it gives away their path, their starting location most of the time, is because you can also steal the raptors. If they start raptors, you will be able to make it in time for their tier 2 camp and actually steal it. In the meantime, I was talking about something else, but let me rewind and let me talk about that as well, because it's very important that we skipped our blue just to make it in time for scatter grab. Yes, we made a gank on bot lane, that's why we had to skip our blue buff and go into scatter. And then because we had the timer on the enemy raptors, we could actually go for a steal as well. And let me pause the video because a lot of things happened and I want to explain everything clearly and make this as educational as possible for you guys. So after the scuttle, since we knew the raptor timing that the enemy jungler started on raptors, we know the raptor camp timer because of that, and because we also started on raptors, and because of the ward, we knew that enemy raptors will spawn at the same time as our camp, so we can look to steal. It's super cheesy and it's super nice to do this most of the time, because in the lower ranks, and despite this being Grandmaster, and yes, I really made it in time to at least smite the big raptor, but in the lower ranks people are not efficient at all, and people are doing random ganks, just walking randomly up and down, and that they are late to their second tier camps. And you can always punish them and always steal these camps. Well, most of the time. And it's super nice to do, because you are getting to level 6 sooner and you are delaying their level 6 spike. That means by the time the Drake spawns, in some cases you can be level 6 even without getting Drake, because you are stealing enemy jungle camps, or you can get level 6 even before the second scatter spawns. Because if both junglers played well in the first 5 games, by the time the second scatter spawns, the second scatter guarantees level 6. So if one jungler gets it, they will be level 6 after the scatter. So denying these camps is super crucial because that means you need one less camp for level 6. Meanwhile, the enemy jungler needs one extra camp for level 6. So that can actually help you deny objectives, deny scatter grab, potentially win a gank if the enemy team or the enemy jungler is counter ganking. And after that, of course, Shyvana took blue buff. Darius died. And whenever your laner dies, it's super nice to actually get the farm and then recall, and because of the home guard, which is super OP, is the same way as if you walked all the way down, because of course your bot side just respawned, you want to go to your Krugs. So actually going top, getting this XP and recalling and then walking to bot lane is faster than walking all the way down from top lane, which why would you do, right? Plus you have 1000 gold. I mean, you could say that you could stay on the map for a little bit longer because you only have 1000 gold, but spending our gold and having as many items as possible is always super nice. And since bot lane is not really gankable, we want to farm. So we are falling back to our jungle camps and we are farming. In the meantime, look for a potential mid gank, but like I said, you generally speaking want to look to get level 6 as soon as possible, and after the Gromp, Shyvana will be level 6 thanks to her 2 kills, and because she was able to steal the enemy rafters. Now after Gromp she is level 6. Meanwhile, Evelyn needs one extra camp, and for her that will be Dragon. Your team is under tower, bot lane is just farming and chilling. Lucian Pike is way stronger in a 2v2 skirmish at this point, plus mid lane is pretty much under tower, half HP as well. So in this scenario, just full clearing and getting your camps is the right move. You don't want to force anything. But now you can actually look for a potential play on top lane because, well, you know for a fact that Evelyn was betting top to bot this game. So plus you just got the confirmation that he was on Dragon, you can make a play on top lane for free. And let's see if you are able to kill this little Yordle. Nice, Darius is able to steal the camp. In the meantime, Evelyn is making a play, so Shyvana should look to invade. Is she going to? Yes, she just realized that okay, enemy bot lane is diving her bot lane, so she's looking to invade. Now I would go for the red as well and then get out, because enemy jungler might be expecting you to do this, and well, in that case, look where your mid laner is, where enemy mid laner is, while enemy mid laner is betting towards bot, but still enemy mid laner has the first move if you are being caught, and that's what happens, you are being caught. And unfortunately you have flash, but probably Shyvana dies here anyways. Yes, because Yon has ult and Shyvana should be dead here. So yeah, that's unfortunate. You should not go for free camps unless the enemy jungler dies. If the enemy jungler dies in this scenario, then yes, you can go for all three and steal all her camps, but in this scenario I would say only going for 2 is still a massive win, and I would take that anytime. So next we are using mid lane, just like I said earlier. We died, we have 5 camps up, Scuttle is spawning soon. We know for a fact that Evelyn should be on bot side because we just stole her top side camps. So in this scenario, if I was Shyvana, I would not go for void grabs because I'm stronger than Evelyn at this stage. I have a completed item, I'm super strong, and I have 6 items, 6 camps almost, because blue is spawning really soon, or like very soon. Now I want to fight. I have fury, I have ult, I have item, I want to fight, I want to make something on the map. I want to do something. I want to make a play. The way you make a play in this scenario is by going bot lane and actually fighting the enemy bot lane. We know for a fact that Evelyn is behind in XP. There's no way Evelyn is able to have an item because we have more farm, we have more kills. So she's definitely down in items compared to us. Like worst case scenario, you are just farming your bot side if nothing happens. Because letting your bot side being up while you go to void grabs is a huge mistake, because enemy jungler can do the same thing what you just did to her earlier. She made a play on bot lane while her top side camps were up. Now she can make a play on your bot side, not just dive your bot lane, but still your bot side camps while you are getting void grabs. Because these void grabs don't go anywhere, right? These void grabs will stay here. You have mid lane priority, you have top lane priority. There's no way Elise or like Evelyn is able to get anything from this. And in the meantime, enemy bot lane is playing this aggressively. Pyke is level 5, you are level 7, you one-shot this guy as soon as he uses ult, and because your team is, well, decent enough to actually tell you all the cooldowns, all the summoner spells. I think they pinged earlier. Did your support ping the flash since then? No, well, you have to track these things, but that's not my point. My point is that enemy bot lane is playing under tower. Why are we not looking to gank this and get free kills? Because, well, this looks like free kills for me. If you ask me, this looks like free kill. Because Rakan should be level 6 soon, right? Your Kai'Sa should be level 6 soon, and as soon as they are getting these minions, they are level 6. You have ult, Rakan has ult, Kai'Sa has ult. These guys on bot lane are dead. So I think bot side, getting bot side camps and making a play on bot side is more important, even if worst case scenario you lose the void grabs. But in the meantime, you are able to make a play on top side, making a play with your Ahri, and, well, look, your Kai'Sa died. Yes, Kai'Sa is flaming Rakan, but enemy bot lane is gonna be a real big problem. You don't want to see this. They are getting a lot of plates, and, well, enemy jungler is able to make plays, and enemy bot lane is able to make plays as well, while they should have been punished. And now you are forced to actually farm your camps because you are fairly behind, in terms of tempo at least. Because you allowed this Evelyn to make the first play. And this also will lose you some dragons, because enemy bot lane will be more stronger than yours, and you just don't win 3v3 at this point. But if you go for a 3v2, like I said earlier, that you should definitely win. So nothing special happens since then, or like nothing happens. You are just farming, full clearing, and let's see the bot lane fight, how it goes. Evelyn is able to get the dragon. We are getting a kill. We had the mid prio. It's unfortunate that we lost Drake. Only if we were making a play earlier on on bot lane. You have to wait the wave, but diving this Lucian is definitely a good idea. And now you get out. Now you get out because it's season 16. You could get away with this, or like you could do this in season 15 and previous seasons, but not in this season. Because let me guess, this Shyvana goes for the enemy rump, and you don't want to do that because Pyke is already on his way back to mid lane, and your Ahri is on base, so even Young can roam, and you are not sure where Evelyn will go. You should die here if you go for this rump. And let's see what happens. Your bot lane is misplaying, and they haven't even died. You here just help your bot lane, get some plates, and then recall together. And then, yeah, you just recall. and accept the small win you just got by killing the enemy bot lane. Yes, it's unfortunate you lost Drake, but you just take the small victory and then get out and just reset and get your items. That was a little bit interesting of a play. The gank itself was good, but you shouldn't go for too much. Like, Lulu wasted for her ult just to save herself, so that's really good. Just regank after if she is going for a greedy play. Let's see what happens in the meantime. On mid lane, unfortunately we don't have ult, we don't have anything. Our Ahri wants to recall, so just get the farm and then, well, get out. Get out, because Lucian is here as well, because we lost the bot tower, but we already know that. Well, it's not our fault, technically, that our bot lane lost the bot tower already, but we could have made something happen. We could have made the play on bot lane and have them out a little bit more, and in that case, maybe the bot tower would be up still. But unfortunately, it's not. So we are just stuck with farming our jungle camps. This Shyvana, don't get me wrong, is playing really good, and his team is definitely, or like her team is definitely behind. She has to make something happen in order to win this game. Like, she has to play pretty much perfectly in order to win this game. Because let's be honest, most of the time, you will find yourself in a very similar situation. Your laners are behind and you are the only one ahead, or like you are the only one who is even with the enemy jungler, while your laners are losing and the enemy jungler's lanes are pretty much winning. You will find yourself in this situation all the time, unfortunately, and the most important part is to downgrade. You got Yon, very nice. Then downgrade, yes, you won the blade, but when you don't know where the enemy team is, you don't want to go for plays like these. Just, once again, downgrade, take the small victory, take the small win, and get out. Yes, we want, or like, it would be nice to contest this Drake, but once again, if we look at the lane state, if we look at our teammates, then we can clearly see that this is a huge mistake from Shyvana. It's not a team mistake, it's Shyvana's fault. Ahri clearly has, well, no HP. Yes, she has a red buff, but she cannot really fight. Rakan has no mana. His ult is on cooldown. You are unaware of the enemy team positioning. Yes, Yon is showing, but there is a Pyke, there is a Lucian, you don't know exactly where Lulu is. You just don't want to take this fight. It's super greedy for you to take this fight. Well, now you know that Lucian is here, but still, your Rakan has no mana. So just don't go here, just don't go in here. Your Ahri had to recall. Your Darius has no interest in contesting this Drake. Yes, it sucks to lose the third Drake as well, but it is what it is. Just don't. There's always something to do on the map in these scenarios. Yes, like I said, it sucks to lose the Drake, but it happens. Sometimes you have to give this up, and it looks like people are looking to ignore this, that you can always trade, you can always do something on the other side of the map. Well, it's Korea, so they always want to fight as much as possible. But if you were Shyvana, and if you went to your Raptor, the red buff, Raptors, take your bot top side, catch this Yon who is pushing alone, get Herald, potentially get the enemy top side jungle, you get a lot. You will get a massive lead. Now you are same level as the enemy jungler, you died 4 times, but at least 2 of those deaths were massive mistakes, which you should avoid. And when you are behind, your team is behind by almost 4k gold, you cannot play like this. You can't make mistakes like these. You are the only one who is ahead, you are the only one who is strong in your team. You cannot allow this. You cannot allow yourself to play like this and make these mistakes, because you will lose. Yes, it's not necessarily your fault that you're losing this game, because, well, let's be honest, your team is not the smartest, not the best, they're not playing perfectly, but your team is random every game. Sometimes your team will be playing really well, and in other times your team will be really bad. But yeah, we are able to make something happen with our Darius, and now look, we are getting ourselves literal, which the enemy team cannot contest. But in the meantime, if we are not dead, our camps would be already respawning. We would have been able to make the same play on the top side and reward ourselves with literal. And now, instead of having to farm our topside camps, we would be able to recall, spend our gold, and be on time with our laners who are ready to fight. Because now your Darius is ready to fight. He wants to fight again. Your Rakan is he already spent his gold. He's ready to fight. Your Ari is pretty much ready to fight as well. She's full mana, full HP. She's able to make something happen on the map. But instead, you won't be able to play with them and make anything proactive on the map, because you are now forced to farm your camps, because otherwise you would fall too behind, and this is the only time when you can farm, because earlier you died and wasted 25 seconds for nothing. Now once again you have 2 items, your team is looking to fight, so you want to join them. But imagine if you just cleared your wall jungle, made this same play, you recall at the same time when your Darius and your Rakan recalled, now you would have been able to spend 2k gold, which is massive. Imagine spending 2k gold. Yes, you are still ahead in terms of items compared to Evelyn and compared to Yon, but this Lucian has 3 items. You, as a 7th force Shyvana, have the same items as your 2-5 AD carry. Do you think that's right? No, it's not. You should have been able to spend this gold and be more stronger and and have close to 3 items. Well, actually, if she is spending her gold now, she would have 3 items. But yeah, we are still able to win this fight. Don't go for too much. Very nice. Very good. Now you can get the tower. But I mean, in this scenario, your team is able to get the tower while you can stay around and just get enemy jungle camps. That way you are both efficient, your laners, and you are efficient as well. But it looks like since 3 people are dead, they are going to get Baron. I think their Baron should be quite fast. Since Yon showed up on bot lane, and there is just Lulu who is 4-2, but even if this would be someone else, like there is no way they would be able to contest this Baron. Actually, yeah, playing for this Baron is quite risky, but if this play happens anytime when Baron is not up yet, or like Baron is down for example, you for sure you should go for this tower and go for enemy raptors, enemy topside camps, clear wards, get vision, and set up Baron eventually. But yeah, my mistake. Baron there was a good play, but they should have went for Baron actually sooner. I totally missed that. There is already the timer is already at 20 minutes mark, so Baron is up. And Shyvana can take Baron quite fast. Now you actually were able to spend your gold and get Sojin. You are now 3 items. You are now super strong. Now we actually ignore camps and look to fight and get this tower eventually as well. I will stop this right here. And very important note that you might fall for this mistake as well. I'm sure your laners will fall for this mistake, and sometimes maybe you do it as well. Baron is up, but you see a low HP tower and you are going for the tower, and then you are trying to go for the Baron. But the right order is getting Baron and then getting the tower, because think about this way. That tower will eventually fall no matter what, because you will have Baron. But if you get the tower and delay the Baron, the enemy team might have enough time to actually contest it, get to you in time, and worst case scenario, you die or lose Baron, or maybe both. You want to get Baron as fast as possible and then let the tower fall anyways, because, well, you will have Baron, you will be super strong because you will have items, you will have man advantage even, most likely, or even if it's a 5v5 fighting between minion waves which have Baron, is a nice have for your team. So yeah, these towers will fall eventually no matter what. So you don't have to greed for it, you don't have to stay for it, especially when there's a Baron. Baron should always be the priority in that case. Unless, of course, you can end the game. And the red team wants to FF, because yes, you were behind this game, and the red team was ahead by around 4k gold, but now they are down by 2k. So, very important thing here. Let's see, Darius wants to recall. You should recall as well, spend your gold, get something already. Well, unfortunately, oh wait, she's able to buy Brethren here, so she should recall here as well and get your items, but I guess you really want to force this dragon. I don't think that enemy team is in a scenario here to contest the dragon if you recall, and then like I don't think they can sneak it, but they can definitely start it. But then you just collapse. And then, well, unfortunate, typical Evelyn play, flash over the pit, or smite, and well, you just pretty much outsmite anyone in the game. Which is fine play by Evelyn, but I don't think it was necessarily worth it, like they are already behind. And the enemy team has Baron, so man advantage is super important when the enemy team has Baron, or like had Baron. Being able to protect the towers, clear the minion waves, or like just have man advantage, or like be even in terms of people. To make it a 5v5 is more important than getting soul. Because yes, Ocean Soul is nice, but I don't think that for that team Ocean Soul is a win con at all. Like, their team comp is not that great with Ocean Soul, if you ask me. If it was like Cloud Soul, sure, that Drake or like that Soul is really OP. Or like if it was Hextech Soul, then sure, going for a play like this, probably I would say fine. But going for Ocean Soul, I don't think it was worth it. But that's not the reason why red side team is losing the game, because they went, or like that Evelyn went for Ocean Soul, and they, well, actually got it. It's nice to have though. Now it's unfortunate that we died. We just, well, want to spend our gold, and it looks like the enemy team is looking to FF, so I will finish this video right here. And yeah, this is how you can come back, and this is how you can avoid the mistakes I mentioned this Shyvana made. Well, I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you learned something about the new Shyvana, about the Dragon Lady. Honestly, going experimental hexblade into Trinity Force, into Spear Up Surgeon, and then whatever you need, items like Deadman's Plate, if you need the movement speed, need the armor, if you want to catch up to people, or if you have to catch up to people, you can go that as well. I think AP Shyvana should be good as well still. This build is probably really nice. I will try a lot of Shyvana builds today after I'm done with this video, but yeah, this was it. That's it pretty much, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you all in my next video. Peace!